weekly analysis of the week of August 16th. On the monthly, so remember how I was saying how we didn't trade to discount, Bryce? In this this price leg? Basically, if you use the bodies, we definitely traded to discount, and that's why we're so bullish. And we definitely didn't close inside of this gap, which is bullish. So I'm going to see this as an order block being formed and that we're just going to be bullish afterwards. So we're going to be bullish probably for the rest of the month and take out all-time highs, probably close above this order block this month, and then just be bullish. And then I want us to trade to like 32,000 because it's a big figure number and we're in all-time highs. So 32,000, 33,000, and so forth would be like the main targets. But I just think like within the next 2 to 3 months, we'll be able to hit 32,000 because this month we're more than likely going to run either the all-time highs or we're going to validate this order block because it just looks bullish and we already traded a discount. So like that would mean that we traded to discount on the weekly chart, which would mean that this sell side, it's viable, traded to discount, filled in this gap like I had in one of my other analysis, and then very small entry here. Not entry, but tap into this gap. So we literally just traded to discount. So I'm seeing this as a market structure shift here. Low, high, lower, low, bullish breaker. And then you have your change in the state here. All these down close candles make one bullish order block. It makes one big, one change in the state delivery. And yes, I use this one as the change in the state. It is as well. But if we didn't necessarily use it, that just means that we're overly bullish. But this opening price can still be the change in the state. And so we tapped it, we tapped the breaker and tapped into this inversion, which is like 1, 2, 3, 4. You have 4 confluences telling you that price wants to go higher. And how we had all these down close candles down and then just displacement, boom, and then displacement. That's Bryce, I'm seeing this full down, this full up. I'm seeing that as balanced as well. So we shouldn't go back down there, meaning this more than likely shouldn't get filled. It can come down here and do all that business, but more than likely it shouldn't get filled and we should keep it open. And then jumping on the weekly chart, you have this this BISI. We validated the order block and then we formed a suspension block because there's 2 volume imbalances. We closed below the lower quadrant, so I want to see how we treat that. I would want to see us come back down and tap into this volume imbalance here. I want to see us come down, tap into this new day opening gap that's unfilled. Fuck. That's unfilled because that means we're also tapping into the weekly fair value gap. So when the week starts, maybe run this high, run this buy side or whatever. So I'm also going to look at this wick. We closed above consequent encroachment. But still, this is that main order block, remember, that could be used to dip back down into this fair value gap if we even want to. We could be like overly bullish, but yeah, I'd want us to see us trade back down the beginning of the week into the new week, into the new day opening gap here, volume imbalance, and then tap into this weekly fair value gap, and then we'll see how it trades inside the weekly fair value gap. And then like on the 4-hour, we ran this buy side here, formed an order block. We have these two fair value gaps here. This low is like the main fair value gap low on the weekly chart. So if we want to trade past this wick, then this low would be that actual fair value gap high. And then on the hourly, same thing. But I like this on the hourly. Like if we were to trade lower, there's literally nice relative equal lows beneath that unfilled new day opening gap or volume imbalance, and then an unused inversion fair value gap. So we closed above it on this 2 a.m. candle and then just skyrocketed, never came back down to it. And then left relative equal lows, unfilled, volume imbalance, and then an inversion. So also in the upper half of that weekly BISI, that weekly fair value gap, bullish fair value gap. So trading lower into the weekly fair value gap, volume imbalance, relative equal lows, inversion fair value gap that was unused. So that's already 1, 2, 3, 4 things as a reason for us to come down lower in the beginning of the week. Or we could just continue higher just like that. But yeah, so I don't know, we could sit inside this fair value gap overnight, it doesn't matter. I low-key like this 4-hour inversion here, which is what I think we'll probably use. We'll probably run the buy side, use the 4-hour inversion because we didn't use it. We did not use it. We just closed below it, failed to reach it. So say we just trade up into it, boom, and then once we trade up into it, drop down to your lower time frames, make sure it's the right time, and then we'll use the consequent encroachment level of the fair value gap as well if we're gonna go lower. Like we'll try run the buy side, or if we do it overnight, then I'm already be bearish. But if we do it in the AM session, run the buy side, and then start to break down lower, then yeah, these relative equal lows and all that stuff. But we'll see which one comes first. I honestly think that we'll run the buy side, use this 4-hour inversion, and then break down. Beginning of the week, and then whatever we do inside this fair value gap, and then start moving higher for the rest of the month after we jump inside this gap, if we even jump inside this gap. But yeah, that's really it. I don't really have anything on the lower time frames. It's low-key too much. We still haven't used this first fair value gap from that one day. I think it was early last week. Still haven't used that first fair value gap. So we might want to come back down, use that. We could run this low. Yeah, so in the beginning of the week, I have a soft bearish bias, but I'm just gonna observe to see how bullish we are, because we could just run or we could just do whatever we want overnight. So beginning of the week, soft bearish, and then I'm just gonna wait for it to show me if it's overly strong or if it wants to make an attempt into that weekly BISI, that weekly fair value gap. But that's just about it.